I had 23 years sober yesterday, August 9th, 23 years. It's not so much that they're flying by, but they become not even less significant, but less important. It's just my life. My life is sober. I mean, recovered, yes. Do I get dry? Do I get cranky? Do I get irritable? Is it better really mentally than it was when I was drinking? Absolutely. Do I still find things to beat the shit out of myself about or feel ashamed of? And do I still make mistakes? Of course. But I know one of them is not waking up saying, what the fuck did I do last night? Why didn't I sleep at all? How come my sweat smells funny? Oh my God, when was the last time I ate? I'd like a little more of that, actually. But quality of life, much better, much different. I can't even imagine it anymore, and that's the real gift of it. The obsession to drink or use drugs left me a long time ago. That's one of the promises of sobriety, if you do it in the way that it's done, where you get promises, is that the obsession will be lifted. And that seems like a very tall order. Like, how the fuck am I? My entire brain is geared around thinking about drugs and alcohol. How am I not going to think about that anymore? And then somewhere around 5 years, it went away totally. And I work in bars all the time. I don't think about it. It's no longer a choice. I know in my mind that I can't do it safely, any of it. So you find other things, sure. I mean, I'll plow through some ice cream. I'll have a week of some maddening masturbatory practices. I'll get obsessed with other things, but I'm not destroying my life and the life of others and exponentially increasing the odds of my safety becoming compromised by engaging in drinking or drugging. And I'm not righteous about it. I just know I don't think I'd be alive if I didn't do it. I can't imagine what my life would have been like. And it took a while to get sober. I was in and out for a long time of trying to stay sober. And then it took, and I don't think about it anymore. And I know that people are like, well, don't you want to just, I don't really need to. It's like, once you get away from it and you truly realize in your heart and in your mind that you can't do it safely and that you're going to come around the same bend and end up in the same puddle of pee, how many times does that got to happen before you know? Before you know in your heart, in your mind. Look, man, I've got smaller rings of self-sabotaging behavior that I end up in. It's not a puddle of pee, but shame nonetheless. But they don't make my life unmanageable. They don't cause a tremendous amount of chaos. I've been divorced twice in sobriety. I've had a lot of bad relationships in sobriety. I've experienced sickness and death in sobriety. I've gone bankrupt in sobriety. But I didn't drink because there's no solution there for me. I don't know. I'm grateful to be sober. I'm grateful that if my sobriety helps anybody in any way, that's the best thing that I can do. I get tons of emails from people all the time. It is one of the few. I generally will respond to people who ask about sobriety. I don't as much as I used to, but there's always help, and you can get through it. Look, if you don't want to stop drinking, don't. If you want to stop drinking but can't, get help. It is a better life. It is a better life. So I first got sober in 1988, and I now have 23 years in a row sober. So what's that take me? 88, 98, 2008, 2018, 19, 20, 21, 22. So that took me 34 years to get 23. Struggle, I guess. I just was in and out. But again, it's possible to not give a shit about drugs or alcohol. It's possible to know that you can't do drugs or alcohol safely without fucking up your life or the life of others. It's preferable if either of those are a concern for you, whether or not it's possible to not give a shit about drugs and alcohol and whether or not it's possible to live a life without them. You should know that it's preferable and it's possible to not have to do those things. I'm just telling you that. Life turns out to be quite short. And the one thing about doing something you have no control over or you don't want to do anymore is that, it occupies all of your brain, and the cycles of abstinence followed by the cycles of re-engagement just keep happening. And they just circle around, and it becomes this weird thing where you're like, I'm going to stop. Not right now. I like it again. Fuck, I'm in pee. I'm going to stop. I like it again. I'm okay. I can handle it. Oh, no. I pooped in my pants. I'm going to stop. Oh, no, I'm okay. I can just drink. Where are you going? Don't take the kids. I'm going to stop. It just, and then all of a sudden it's like, I'm dying. I'm going to stop because I'm dying. Where are my kids? I'm dying. How come I don't have a house? Yeah. I mean, jails, institutions, or death. That's what they say in the racket, in the society. But look, I'm just telling you, not being self-righteous. It's possible, and it's preferable, and it's okay. It's just fucking life. But there's a lot more to it than fucking circling around that dumpster. Do you know what I'm saying? Jesus, fuck. Whoo. I can't even imagine it. Yeah, so I'm very happy to not be in the world where it's like you can't trust any powder or pill. I enjoyed powders. And I kind of like, I do get a little envious of the weed. But I just know that, it's just like when I smoke weed, you don't know when you're high or you're not high anymore. You get haunted. You get up in your head. I'm already up in my head enough. Just grateful to be sober and here to tell you that it's possible. That's all. You know what I'm saying.